inevitable. We get told by our parents, our family, our friends, our teachers, who they think that we are. But is that even true? Things like you are dumb, you don't understand, you'll never get it, you can't comprehend. Like, all these things that they tell us. Is it even true to who we think that we are? And a lot of us, myself included back then, didn't even know who we were. And sometimes those statements might be true. Sometimes there is fact in that statement. That's why it might hurt. But you can't just let that pass. You can't just ignore it. You have to confront it and change it if you don't like it. Because there were things that my family, my friends, or my teachers told me that were true at that time. They're no longer true today. Things like, Rudy, you don't comprehend, you don't understand, I bet you won't even do anything with your life. You know, they were right at that time. But I made sure that they were not right forever. I had to acknowledge that though. I couldn't just let it skip by me and ignore it. Because if I did, I would be doing a disservice to myself. I would be doing a disservice to future Rudy. And I'm glad I didn't. I'm here today because of the kid I was a year ago, 2 years ago, who put in the work for me to be here. And I'm grateful for him. For me, I grew up with parents who really didn't believe in me, and they had every right to not believe in me. Logically speaking, I had nothing going for myself. Right? I was 17, 18, not really doing anything with my life. I had quit my job because I had started an agency on this channel, as y'all know. That didn't go too well. Ended up failing in that. I failed at kickboxing. I failed at going to the gym consistently. I failed at so many other sports and instruments that I try to pick up and let go after a while. They've seen me through all that, so they had every right, in my opinion, to not believe in me. But the only one who had to believe in me, even if it was a little bit, was God and myself. Those were the only two people I needed. And thank God that he did. I knew my parents were right, but I knew they were not going to be right forever. And they just didn't see the vision. They didn't understand the dream that God gave me. Just like how I know you have a dream that God gave you that a lot of people around you can't see. And that's totally normal. But guess what? God gave you that dream for a reason. You are inevitable. If you just strive every day, little by little, to that dream, it is inevitable that you're at least going to see some type of success, some type of improvement. And the same thing applies in reverse. If you don't do anything with your life, if you don't apply yourself, if you don't go apply for that school, apply for that job, apply yourself in that YouTube channel, that business, whatever it is, you're not going to achieve it. It's all inevitable. I'm really starting to see that pattern now. Over the past year, I've met a lot of amazing people. The beginning of this year to the end, it's December 7th and the time I'm making this recording. And wow, has this year been a blissful year. Has been an amazing year, both mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, in all regards of life. I am truly blessed of the life that I lived this past year. Exactly 1 year ago, I had just started up again on this YouTube channel because, like I said, I failed my agency. I was doing Uber because I had no money coming in. I quit my job to pursue that agency that eventually I failed at. And I had no idea what to do until January when I found TikTok Shop. I started doing that. And everything was in God's time. Even then, when I started TikTok Shop, I didn't earn anything until 2.5 months after doing it. And it wasn't until I had a fire lit up my ass that I realized, like, yeah, I need to get to work. But that's a whole nother story. The reason why I decided to name this video that you are inevitable is because it's true. Over this past month and a half, I've realized that, holy shit, everybody's future truly is in their hands. I went to the TikTok Mastery in-person event, and it was filled with like-minded entrepreneurs, like-minded individuals, people who wanted to grow and not just stay where they were at. And that's something I've always wanted to do, always since the beginning of my journey. I picture that in my mind, that I'm going to be in a room filled with entrepreneurs and build relationships with them, build bonds with them, with the right people, not just any kind of entrepreneur. And I'm so glad that I did. I'm so glad that I went, because that's part of the reason why I'm living right here now in Miami for the past month. And it's crazy to me that all of this happened in such a short amount of time. But it's because that was inevitable. It was bound to happen. Why? Because I was surrounded by the right people, because I put myself in the right position, because I took the action necessary for me to be here. It really boggles my mind that so many people think that changing your life is hard. And it can be, especially in the beginning when you're pushing that rock past the beginning point of the mountain. And it's truly hard. Very few people succeed in that. But once you do, you start finding other people that can help you get even higher. It was inevitable that I was supposed to be here today, talking to you, meeting the amazing people that I've met, building the relationships that I've always wanted to build with the right people, growing the right connections, being around a lot more successful people than I have ever been in my life. I'm in Miami right now, where I walk down and there's millionaires around every corner. And it's crazy to me. My hometown, very ghetto. I didn't grow up with a lot of money. There was barely any money around where I'm at. So all of this stuff, it's like Lambos every other corner. So going from that to this and seeing that, holy shit, it's achievable. You know, I'm not too far from that. I can get that house. I can get that car. I can get that girl. It's really not that hard. It truly is a mindset shift. And all the successful people that I've talked to, my mentor who has taught me, has told me it is all within the realm of possibility just because of you. Who do you believe that you are? Because at the end of the day, whether you decide that you deserve it or not, whether or not you want to go chase it, whether or not you want to go take the action necessary for you to achieve it, it's all up to you. Nobody is going to do it for you. And I wouldn't have been here if I didn't take the small steps in the first place, by myself, with nobody around me, with nobody telling me that I have to do it, just me and myself. And I'm telling you right now, it'll pay off. And as you start taking those steps, as you start pushing that boulder up on the mountain, other people who have finished pushing that boulder will see the effort that you're putting in and they'll lend a hand out to you. The right ones will. It's always the people, that's so crazy to me. The people at the top will always lend a hand to you. And it's the people at the bottom who will try and bring you back down to their level because they don't want you to succeed. They want to see you doing good, just not better than them. Alex Hormozi said that the best, and it's so true. I've seen it now with my own family and friends back at home when they realize I was here in Miami for over a month. Nobody has ever done that. I'm not going to say every one of them was like that. I did realize a shift in energy when I was around them, and they started to find out what I'm doing. But at the end of the day, it was all inevitable. I knew it was bound to happen because I knew in me, as long as I put in the work every single day, I would be here in Miami. I would be here around the amazing people that I've always wanted to be around, and I'm so right, and I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed by God. I truly thank God every single day for the life and blessings He has given me. I take every opportunity that I can, and I just want to share that with you. I want you to know, too, that you, too, are inevitable. It's all inevitable, so please be careful of the things that you tell yourself, the things that you speak about yourself to other people, the things that you think about yourself. It's all so important. You might think, oh, it doesn't even matter. I bring myself down all the time. But that's actually hurting you. That's holding you back. Encourage yourself to do better. Yeah, I fuck up still. Yeah, I'm not perfect. But I tell myself, Rudy, let's do better. Rudy, get yourself in check. And if I don't do it, the people around me help me stay on track too. That's why it's so important to be around amazing people as well. And in the beginning, it's going to be hard to find them. And if you have them in the beginning, you're extremely lucky. Take advantage of that and haul ass together. And it's so cliche, but it's so true. All the successful people I've met down here in Miami have told me the same thing. It all started up here with their mindset. If you believe that the world is unfair, if you believe that the world is against you, if you believe that there's no opportunity for you, you're right. You're right just as much as the other person who believes the opposite, that they can capitalize on any opportunity that arises, that they are capable of generating generational wealth, that their life is inevitable and it's in their hands, in their power to change it. So which one are you? Really sit down with yourself and ask yourself these questions. Think for yourself and recognize which one are you. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm the latter. I believe in me so much more now. And not just in me, but in God. God has a plan for every one of us. And I know He has a plan for you too. So go take action. I believe in you. God believes in you. And more importantly, you are inevitable. Never forget that.